Hey guys, what's up? I'm Chris with Dadbot Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a how-to guide for speed leveling your character in ESO. Now, while there are lots of ways to gain experience in ESO, the best way I've found from leveling 20 plus characters is grinding mobs.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Now hang on for just a minute before you leave. Yes, I know, mobs, right? The most boring thing in the world, grinding mobs. But before you leave the video, what if I told you you could do it in less than 24 hours without an event even?
Mama!
Stick around and I'll explain. Alright, so before you get started, you gotta get buffed. Yeah, baby, the XP games.
No, no, no,
no. Sorry about that. So anyways, the game offers multiple ways to actually boost your experience quite tremendously in the game. You've got consumables, which can be your different types of ambrosias or your crown scrolls. You have gear that can help you. If you are a champion point player on a champion point character, you have what's called champion point enlightenment. And events can also be double experience events too, depending on what event they are. I'm going to go ahead and go over each of the different ways that you can buff your experience gain in a little bit more detail. For consumables, you have Sigic Ambrosias, which is a drink. They give you a 50% increased experience gain for the duration. You have an Ethereal Ambrosia, which gives you 100% increased experience gain. And then you have what's called a Mythic Ethereal Ambrosia, which buffs that on up to 150%. You also have Crown Experience Scrolls that are equivalent to this, but they do not stack with one another. You can't stack two drinks, and you can't stack two scrolls or a drink in a scroll, because they are all considered consumables, and you can only have one XP consumable active at a time. The next one is going to be your gear. Now, there's not actually sets in the game that will buff you, but you do have traits called training that you can get on your weapons and on your body pieces. This chart will give you the value of experience gain per piece based on the quality of gear that it is, and you can just craft these if you want to. There is a ring in the game that's called the Ring of Mara that you get through getting married to another player, and as long as you and the player that the other ring is bound to are in a group together and are, playing together, the experience you gain is increased by 50% as well. So that will stack with the consumables. Another thing is the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment gives you a certain amount per day. I think it's 200,000 maybe experience that is gained at an accelerated speed. This goes really quickly when grinding, but that does stack along with the gear and the consumables. Lastly is the events. So right now at the making of this video, we are currently in the New Life event. The New Life event is actually one of the events that offers double experience. You get the double experience by drinking from Brita's keg that's at the event tent in East March, just below Windhelm at the Kynes Grove Way Shrine. The actual buff, actually you can get it as a memento too for completing the daily quest over there. It's a reward that you get for doing that. And you can just use it while you're grinding. The buff runs out, just hotkey the memento, pop it just like you would a potion or anything from your D-pad button, and just keep on going. And that actually stacks too. Now, not every event has a double experience gain. You'll have to go on their website and check things out to see if that's in the details. All right, and just to clarify on what we've discussed, one consumable, all of your body pieces should have 7, and your weapon can be training. That all stacks with the consumable, as well as the Ring of Mara, your enlightenment if you're a CP character grinding CP, and the double experience from the event. So let's go ahead and move on to where I grind at and how I do it. Alright guys, so my first pick that I'm going to be showing you here is Skyreach. Now there's going to be 3 that I go over, and this is going to be my 3rd favorite. You're going to find this place in Craglorn. It is the Skyreach Catacombs. You're going to travel to the Skyreach Way Shrine, and then you're going to travel from there down the mountainside and over there. I'm going to show you how to get there from the Way Shrine now. Now on the map it originally marked the wrong spot for me, so I'm going to show you again here where it's at. There we go. And then from here you just go in. You can do this with, you know, a friend. You can do it by yourself, even though it does say that it's a group area to go in. You're not really required to go into it here as a group. As you can see, I'll show you. You can just solo everything, and it's an instance based, so you don't share it with other people that's not in your group. So that's a plus. So here's the rotation. I always start in this room. I go south and work my way all the way through the halls. Do not go out of the entrance or go into any of the other rooms that's on the sides, because they have bosses and we don't want to fight bosses. That slows everything down, which slows our progress down, which slows our leveling down. As you can tell, everything to do with ESO, when farming, grinding, anything like that, the key thing is speed. So this room, I'm going to show you how to pull everything properly, because you're going to have to pull it to the side that you're going to be exiting at. It just makes things easier. It does for me anyways. Do it how you want to, but this is how I prefer to do it. And then just, you're going to need a lot of AoE damage to take everything out really quickly. And this is when I realized I didn't have my solo build on, I had my group build on, so I just kind of switch up my mythic right fast and not worry about the rest of it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on, how I do everything in here, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so we're at the point now, we're coming across an area. You see these purple guys to the right, the big one is the boss, the one that they're bowing down to. So instead of fighting them, the best way to do this is to go into sneak and just walk around the edge over here, and they will never aggro on you. Once you get to the door, it's okay to come out of sneak and just go on about your business. Now once you have picked this room up and all the ads in it and you clear them all, there is a chest over here that is in the middle of this little like platform area over here, and this is a group event, which I'm going to show you. You can solo it, but it has a ton of monsters and things that comes out, and then you get rewards for finishing it if you finish it in time. This is a good source of XP, just for the sheer fact that, you know, you can kill tons and tons and tons of stuff here. You see on the bottom left corner, every time I stop and drop them, how much XP I'm getting. So it does add up. It's little bits and pieces, but there's so many of them that it adds up really quickly. And in my opinion, it's worth it. To you, this stop may not be worth it. If you don't want to do this, then it's fine. You're not going to have to get you know, levels out of this place. This isn't a key part of it, but it's there for you if you want to do it. I enjoy the challenge anyways. Just seeing how fast I can kill everything. But I'll show you at the end of this what you can get out of the chest. You can get a set piece, some materials, things like that. But I'll show you what you got to deal with here, and then I'll give you a peek at what you can get out of the chest. Now we open the chest, and this is what you usually get. Stuff like this. One of the 3 Craglorn sets and Malachite shards, sandstones, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this to show you how the rest of it's done. Feel free to do it 1 room at a time. I can do 2 rooms at a time when they're close to each other like that, so that everything doesn't de-aggro. But feel free to take it 1 room at a time. You don't have to go that fast, but go at your own pace, because if you're dying more than you're killing, then you're not making progress anyway. So it's better to do it at a pace that you can stand it, especially for new players. If you're a new player trying to level a character up from 1 to 50, you may want to just take your time if this is the route you decide to go. Alright, so this is going to be our final stop. Once everything in this area is cleared, you're going to turn around, and that doorway leads you back into the first room. Not this one, that's a boss area. But this one leads you back into the first area where you started at, as I'm showing you here on the map. And then you're just going to exit out. Once you get out of here, in order to reset everything, you're going to have to do this little trick to reset the instance. So in order to do that, what you have to do is go into your start menu. Once you're into your start menu, you're going to go down to social, go to group, go down to difficulty, change it from normal to veteran. So as you can see here, you see how you can change it from normal to veteran. You can see, change it to veteran. Then once you change it back to normal. That should reset the dungeon. Alright, so our next means of grinding is going to be dolmens. Dolmens give a lot of experience, and if you don't know what a dolmen is, if you're a new player, then it's the anchors that fall from the sky trying to tear a hole through Nirn. These are a really good means of experience gained for your Fighters Guild, because you don't just normally level up Fighters Guild how you would level up a normal skill line. It has to be through killing Daedra or defeating dolmens, or just different things that deals with, you know, Daedra and any kind of other evil entity like vampires, werewolves, things like that. But this is my second favorite. This used to be my number 1 until I found out about my main favorite way of grinding on here, which is coming up next. But this is definitely a good way to get started if you want to run in a big group, or if you want to just kind of AFK grind. You can just set your character at the dolmen. Every time the dolmen comes up, you can just kill something. You don't even have to participate in the rest of the dolmen, and it still gives you the full XP for defeating the dolmen itself. Now, the first one I showed up to actually was already ending as I got there, so a lot of times when you first start, sometimes that happens. Just if you want to play in a group, go into zone chat like I do here, and put LFDG, which just means looking for dolmen group, and someone will almost instantly invite you just about every time. If not, don't give up, just keep playing it in zone chat, running dolmens with everybody else till someone gets you into a group, because sometimes the groups are full, someone will have to leave and get kicked before they can get you in. But yeah, there's 3 dolmens here. You're going to have to run the rotation. It's, you know, either going to be going clockwise or counterclockwise. if you're in a group, you can see which way they're going and just follow them. Another thing to note is with recent updates to the game, um, there is a marker that goes onto the dolmen that's currently live on there that's ongoing. It looks like two swords crossing over the or in behind the dolmen emblem, and that lets you know which one's active. So if you're looking for which one is currently going to try and get in at the end of it to get that experience, um, that's what you need to look for. I'll go ahead and let you guys watch, see how everything goes, so you can get a feel for it, see if this is maybe something you want to try. Uh, Let me know in the comments what you think about it.
Your flesh is nothing but more meat to bang at it. I admire your tenacity, mortals.
All right, guys. So my number one favorite place to grind experience is going to be also in Alakir Desert. It is at the Satakalam crypts that's over here. You see there on the map where the way shrine is. That's where you're going to have to travel to get started. Um, this is literally just going in, pulling all the zombies in the area with ranged attacks, and just getting them into one little spot and just AoEing them down. Um, when I have a 100% scroll running with enlightenment on this guy, each one of these gives me about 125k. I don't have a scroll running right now because I'm not leveling and I didn't want to waste a scroll, but just to kind of give you guys an idea, you can see here, this is just a small pull and this guy's already trying to pull them, so I'll just go ahead and skip by it. But down here is going to be your first stop, and this is where your rotation of areas is going to start at. You're going to come through here, aggro everything, and then you're just going to melt it down. Now once you're finished with everybody here, you're going to run up the steps over here next to us, and this is your main area where you get the XP at. There's so many zombies up here in this one little spot that you can pull, and I'm going to show you the order that I pull them in. Just seems to be the quickest for me if I'm coming up from that spot. That guy's already killed the zombie that spawned over there. I'll show you again here in a few minutes with them active. But you just come in here, drop everything, and look at that experience. Literally seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and look at how much experience I'm getting without any XP buffs other than enlightenment. That's insane. So you'll notice here in the loots and stuff that this place is really good for farming flesh fly larvae as well. It's where everything's zombies. They carry a lot of that on them. But this is your next stop. You're going to come over here. You're going to, sometimes these zombies will glitch too to where you can't touch them. They'll show there, but they're not really there. So you're going to come around, pull everything here. And then just drop it. Now the one thing that I have an issue with in this spot is that it is a shared instance among all players. It is a public area. So that means if someone else wants to come in, you see these players standing around here AFK or looking through inventory, they are going to come in here, and a lot of them will purposely disrupt the order of the rotation just to throw you off, and they will mess everything up. And if you get 3 or 4 people in here at a time at a spot, it really drains the XP gain and makes it not worth it. So that's when I switch over to Domans, or I'll just leave and go do something else. But this is where you come back to. So you drop off the cliff, you go down there where we started at, and then you're back up here again. And then you see these guys over here spawned in this time. So you're going to come over here, drop everything, and that's it. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me if you like these locations. If you have any suggestions for other locations that I didn't cover that maybe you'd want me to cover, like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, peace out. Have a good day.